World Rugby have recently introduced 3 law changes, one of which fast-tracks rugby union into morphing into rugby league territory, all in the name of speeding up the game. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe, hit that like, comment, let me know what your guys' thoughts in the bottom here in the comment section. I love getting back to all of the comments. Hit that subscribe. Let's get into it. So I wanted the dust to settle on this one. I am late to this. This happened last week or a week and a half ago. Let everyone kind of have their say and pick it apart and then record my video and have my little bit of say and hear what your guys' thoughts on it all. It's been a week and a bit that it's been out. We're all aware of it. So yeah, if you have any comments on it or opinions, let me know in the comments. And I love to debate it all. The Sydney Morning Herald, World Rugby ushers in law changes to speed up game. But have they opened a new loophole? There was a certain irony to World Rugby announcing a raft of measures designed to speed up the game, including a law change to claw back minutes from scrum resets, while at the same time unveiling another glacially slow step towards a global acceptance of the contentious 20-minute red card. As flagged in February as a result of the Shape of the Game conference, a change of fan-friendly law changes, trials and studies were approved by World Rugby executive during meetings this week. Pitched as a holistic approach to addressing common errors of fan and player frustration, World Rugby announced 3 law changes with immediate effect following Super Rugby's lead to eradicate kick tennis, the DuPont law, love that. The offside one, the loophole that players found out, we saw it in the Six Nations, in the Gallagher Premiership as well, where kick can be made, the kicker has to put everyone on side, but usually when a kick is made, the kicker stays back. And then the guy who catches the ball can just stand. No one can run up after him. He can just stand there. And as soon as he moves 5 meters forward, then everyone is on side. So the kicker can just catch it and just stand there. And we saw this happen a lot of times. I'm glad this is... Honestly, I didn't even know the law initially changed. So to have it back to, from what I understand now, is anyone who from an onside position, so from behind the kicker, can put the whole team onside. I mean, that's like, yes. Yes. The DuPont law, so offside loophole has been shut and the dangerous crocodile roll, clean out, has also been banned. Love that. We don't want that. We want people to have ACLs. Keep ACLs in the game. Please, crocodile roll out of here. Don't mind that. The most significant law change, however, was World Rugby removing the option to take a scrum from a free kick, which is designed to reduce the number of time wasted around scrums in a game. Many scrum offences are punishable by free kicks, meaning a string of scrums had the potential to chew up several minutes. I love what David Flatman, ex-England prop, had to say on Twitter. So, could a team with a struggling scrum give away a free kick at a scrum and not have to scrum again because the opposition can't choose to? That is a valid point. I'm all for with new laws being changed or anything, with new of anything, there's always going to be people picking it apart and, well, what about this or what about that? But that is a valid point. Scrums, props, hookers, the scrum is the most important, if not, is one of the most important parts, if not the most important part in rugby. It's the cornerstone of rugby. That quote that everyone uses in rugby, all shapes and sizes can play. If you're slowly starting to wean out the scrum, props, Frans Malherbes, Steven Kitshoffs, Daniela Tupou, all of these style props, or all props, are slowly getting pushed out, and you'll have loose trios, more hookers, centers even put in the front row, where scrum doesn't become that much of an important role anymore. Like, let's get fitter guys. Let's get fitter guys in, more mobile guys, more guys with skill. That's what we're slowly, like, yes, it might not seem like that right now. Like, oh, I might sound ridiculous. But this has only happened now. What in 2-3 years' time? Are they going to say from any penalty, free kick, you can never have it? Like a scrum is not, or we're going to have league scrums where they don't push, the scrum off throws the ball straight to the back, and then it's really uncontested, and you just go from there. Guys aren't really binding, they can just bounce. And you don't have the bigger props in the team, because props in league are way more mobile, can play a lot more minutes, more skill-based. But we're not league. Rugby union is not league. I don't know what I'm missing here. Let me know if I'm missing something here. We want props in the game. We want scrums. That's like saying, sorry, our team isn't that good at kicking to posts, so let's just not have the kicking to posts in. Or from a penalty, you can't choose to kick to posts. Like, what do you mean? If your scrum isn't good enough, make it good enough. Like, to be better, get better coaching, pick players that can scrum. I don't think this is a time wasting issue. They say it is. They're masking it with a time wasting issue. We can't anymore. If we try and speed up the game anymore, that's just the risk for injury goes so much higher, and the risk for getting the scrum wrong goes so much higher. Like there's something you can't speed up, and that's the scrum. That's a ton of weight locking horns. You can't speed that up. They've already sped it up in the past with the calls, so touch, hold, pause, engage, whatever. They've changed that. Like, fair enough. And you can there's no massive engage anymore. You're already bound, and then it's the engage. It's still a ton of weight versus a ton of weight going at it. Like, we love that. Yes, I'm a fly off. I don't know what's happening up front there, but I love it. I will listen to a prop all day explain to me what's happening up front there and the battles and what you're trying to do to your opponent. What's a tight head trying to do to the loose head? The hooker is helping one of the other to jam in on one of their props. Like, love that. The dark arts, baby. That's a part of rugby that's so important. And I come back to that, all shapes and sizes. We need the props in the game. They're a certain shape. They have to be part of our game. By doing this, by eliminating scrum, and like I said, this might not sound like a lot, like it's only from free kicks. Yes, but that's now. What happens in 2 years' time? Oh, scrums are not contested anymore. Like, come on, man. Come on. Oh, that's my thing on the scrums. I don't think it is a time-wasting issue. I think it is a rugby's Illuminati, whoever that may be, a la maybe the All Blacks, maybe French, maybe England, coming together and saying, we don't like this, change that. You know what I mean? So, oh man, I don't know about that. I don't like it. Scrums, I feel like it's a very important part of the game. If your scrum isn't good, get coaches in. Pick players that you think you can work with to make better scrums. Or cop it for a couple of weeks, like a couple of years. Yeah, we're not good at scrums, but we're building. We're getting better. Come on, man. Then the red card one. So the red card is the last law trial was one of the most significant, but also pointed to a still burning political fight between the northern and southern hemisphere about the 20-minute red card. Is it here? The new system is designed to balance the last part of the same trial, the use of a 20-minute red card, which sees a replacement allowed for the sent-off after 20 minutes. It has been trialled in the Super Rugby, the Sands are, as a way to punish the player, but not the whole team or the fans, given the impact on a game when one side goes to 14 players. You know what's funny about this, or interesting, is that this has now come out. This change has now come out after the Rugby World Cup, where there were yellow cards and a red card, and it negatively impacted one particular team. I don't want to sound like I'm pointing fingers, but like, red card forever has been, you've done something horribly wrong against the laws, you and your team need to be punished. For like, the fans, deal with it. This, I feel like, is when A higher body is conforming to the ignorant masses that are shouting loud words and want their way. It's almost the way of the world nowadays. If you make enough noise about something, someone's going to conform to it and they'll just say, yes, we'll give you what you want. Like fans, yes, you can have your say. You can be angry about a red card or a yellow card. That's what's happened. The TMOs, the ref has decided around the laws, this is what happened. This meets the red card level. You're red carded and your team now suffers for the rest of the game because you've done something wrong. Not like the fans should have nothing to do with this. But I'm also like, I want them to hear us on certain things. Like I want during like Arvo games, and I want what else? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can only think of like I want earlier kickoff games. But like with stuff like this, man, let me know. I'm on the thing of a red card should stay a red card, and you're off for the whole game, and you're penalized. Your team is penalized. The fans, yes, you're penalized. Someone in your team did something wrong. A yellow card, I'm still happy with the 10 minutes, and then you can come back on. 2 yellow cards, come on, mate. You've done 2 things wrong that meets the yellow card threshold. You're out of it. Sorry. So what does that also mean then? That 2 yellow cards, so that means for 40 minutes, because a yellow card is 10 minutes, come back on, then another yellow card. So like that means a red card. So is that then 20 minutes? So it's only counting 30 minutes altogether, or we get 40 minutes? Again, there's just so many questions. But out of these 3 law changes, I'm all for the DuPont law one, because that's just ridiculous. Someone from an onside position should be able to put everyone onside. The scrum, the free kick that you can't pick scrums. Why are we pushing certain players out of the game? Don't like it at all. Don't agree. And then the 20-minute red card. If you've done something wrong, you should be penalized for it. For the game. If it meets the threshold of a red card, you've done something that wrong. For the game. What's 20 minutes? Then someone else can come on. Not enough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Got a bit heat. I'm passionate about it, man. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.